Let's start in our first lecture in Microsoft Excel course. In this lecture, we are going to start our Excel application and we are going to take a quick introduction about the dashboard, menus, and different options that you might find in your Excel installation. In order to start Microsoft Excel application, you need to press on Windows button, this button, and after then you need to write Excel, and after writing Excel keyword, you will have the application of Excel opened. Excel application start by providing you like a greeting and tell you what you need to do with the application right now. The most basic feature is to create a blank workbook. However, if you are a project manager, for example, and you need to create a Gantt chart or a Gantt project planner, you can click on the Gantt project planner, which will give you a pre-ready format to act as a project planning tool. You have a lot of options and you have a lot of templates which can be explored by clicking on more templates. And by navigating these templates, you may select one of the templates that suit what is required from you and similar to what do you need. But in our course, we will start from the beginning and we will click on blank workbook. When you click on a blank workbook, you will be redirected to the worksheet. In Excel, we have what is called spreadsheet or sheet, and this sheet is a piece of paper that includes columns and rows. And we have many cells and columns in Excel sheet that make it suitable and ready to support the needs of the organizations that are looking on creating a financial analysis application or a financial analysis tool that can help in dealing with a large size or a large quantity of data set. So in the cells on columns, you can simply navigate using the scroll. You can navigate using the down arrow, right arrow, up arrow. You can even move pages by clicking on the page down button in your keyboard or page up button in your keyboard. And at any point of time, if you need to return back to the beginning, you can click on the page up so you can return in. So as we can see in the Excel worksheet, we have the sheet name, and the sheet name here is sheet 1. And you can add as many sheets as you want, and you can also delete these sheets or make these sheets hidden, and you can unhide these sheets once again. And each one of the sheets is a separate worksheet in your overall Excel workbook. The Excel file is called workbook, and inside the workbook, we will find a lot of worksheets. In each sheet, you can dedicate the sheet for a specific purpose. And you can do a formula in Excel that can link the sheets with each others. For example, in order to enter data in cell number 1, we can call this cell, for example, the name. And the cell below the name could be the degree. And after then, we can type, for example, another element such as the nationality. So here, for example, we can, in sheet number 4, we can point to sheet number 1 by typing, for example, the first name is Mark and the degree is BA and the nationality is US. And in the second row, the name is Lina, the degree is diploma, and the nationality is UK. And we can simply, in sheet number 4, click here and type equal and then move back again without clicking on any cell in this worksheet and go back to sheet number 1 and click here and click enter. So as we can see, in sheet number 4, we managed to add a reference in the sheet number 1. So that's what do I mean when we say that sheets are relevant to each others. The same can be done to the degree, so we can basically enter the equal icon or equal symbol, and after then go back to sheet number 1, click on BA, and then go to the nationality and go to the sheet number 1 and click on the US. So as we can see, we can use the Excel in order, or we can use basic functions in the Excel in order to map and match what do we need. And if you try to explore the opportunities that you might get by using these basic features in your business, in your work, even if you are not working in financial analysis, you will have a lot of capabilities that you can unleash. So let's start, or let's return again on the track, and let's discuss the basic interface or the Excel. But before doing that, let's go keep as it was. So we are basically deleting just the sheets, and let's return in our basic sheet. One important note, whenever you need to return or redo an operation that you have undid, you can simply click on the Control and Z. Control and Z button together turn back or can help you in redoing what you did before. So in that case, I deleted this text by clicking on the delete button in my keyboard or by selecting the clear content icon. If I need to return this content back, all what I can do is pressing the Control and Z buttons in my keyboard, so the data returned again. So in the basic interface of the Excel, we can find in Excel a lot of options. First, we see the menu called File. And when I click on the File button, I will return back to the welcome interface that I saw once I opened the Excel application. In this menu, I can see the home, where am I right now, the new option, which will help me in creating a new file, open in case I need to open an existing file, information, which will give me information about the existing Excel sheet, save if I need to save the Excel sheet as an Excel format, or save as in case I need to save the sheet in a different format, printing in case I need to print the sheet, sharing, exporting, publishing, and close. We have a lot of other options such as account option and get add-ins. For now, we are not going to explore the function of each one of these, but let's talk about what is more important. As a beginner in Excel, you will definitely need to use the save option, which will help you in saving the file and will redirect you to a location where you can save your file. So for example, I can save the file here in my Outlook profile, or I can browse on my local computer, and after then I can save the file. So whenever I will save the file, later on I will need to reopen this file, which can be done by clicking on the file directly, which will help me in browsing my local computer, help me in getting the file again. So let's try to simulate this process. I click on save, and after then I will click on browsing. I will select the location on my local computer, and I will call this file Excel lecture 1. After that, in case I need to do any edit, I can do the required edit by entering the data in the required cells, and later on I can redo the saving by clicking on save. And if I decided to close the Excel application or close the sheet, I can simply reopen the file again by clicking on the open, and after clicking on open, I will go to browse, and I will browse and find the file, and then I will double click on the file, which will open back the spreadsheet for me. Another option that you will be interested to know about is the new, or let's say the save as option. What is the difference between save and save as? So in save option, you have a single option or you are saving the existing file to the existing format. But in save as option, you have a wide range of options that you might select from, including saving this file as a PDF, saving this file as an ODS format, HTML format, or any other format that you might be interested in. As a basic user, you might not get a situation where you need to save the Excel file to any other different format. But let me give you an example for what normal or what basic users might use this option in. Assuming that you have closed this Excel file and you selected to open a new file that in the Gantt chart format, and you need to share this Gantt file format or Gantt chart format to a customer in PDF format to make it easier to read or make it easier to browse and open for mobile application or something like this. So after finalizing this sheet or after creating the Gantt chart, as we can see here, you can go to the file option, click on save as, and then you can select to save this file in the PDF format, which we will select from this option here. So we will look for, and now we will click on PDF, and after that we will select the location or we will write the name that we need to save the file with. Then we will click save, and we will select the location where we need to save the file. So by clicking save, the file now will be saved in the PDF format. So by navigating to the location of the file, in case we know where the location of this file is, we will go and we will open the location of the file and we will find a new file created called Gantt. By opening this file, we will get the file in the PDF format as we can see. This can be very helpful in making the file looking more better or looking more understandable if you are sharing the file with a normal user. So the export option do the same but in more easier way. So save as option give you a wide variety of options that you might save the file in. But by clicking on the export option, what you will do is basically it will give you the direct option to convert the file to PDF automatically. So this could be similar to what we can do by the save as, but the export option can make this in more easier way. So by checking the other options in Excel, we check the file, we have the account, we have the options, and the option is a big story. But we will not discuss what we can do in the option field because we have a lot of options that we might drive in. So we will leave this discussion to a later on section. We have the second menu, which is the home menu. And in the home menu, we can find a wide variety of options that can help us in formatting the data, creating the data, and making our Excel sheet looks professional. For example, in the home section, we can select the font that we would like to write our text with. We can select the font size. We can have the option to increase the font or decrease the font similar to what do we have in Microsoft Word. For example, if I'm writing right now the keyword key and I need to change how the text looks like, I can select the adequate or I can select the preferred way of how the text looks like by clicking on the different types of font that are appearing here. If the font size need to be increased, I can click here and select the required font, or even I can customize the font by writing directly the font size that I would like to get. If I would like to increase or decrease the font to be suitable to the cell size, I can simply click here plus which will increase, or in the small a to decrease the size of the font. If I need to change the color, I have a variety of options that can help me in changing the color of the text in the Excel. So a lot of options exist in the home field related to formatting, related to alignment of the text, related to how we can deal with Excel, and related to what is the format of the data that we can provide in the Excel. For example, if I'm writing data, so let's return back again to the full screen. If I'm writing data like this and I need to change the format of this data, the home menu can give me like a strong or can give me a direct access to different kinds of formatting that I can type the text with in this field. So in the home option, I can use a lot of options here that can make the Excel data looks more professional. In the insert, I can use this option to insert pictures, insert external objects. In the draw option, I can use direct tools that can help me in typing in a drawing, and after then I can modify or I can move this drawing in any other field in the Excel by moving it like this or like this if I need to use Excel to explain some concepts or to provide some drawing. In the page layout, I can create or I can modify how Excel page looks like, if it is portrait or landscape. In the formula, I'm talking about formula and calculation in data in case I need to integrate some data sources in automation. So I have a lot of way to deal with Excel. So I believe this is like a quick introduction about what do you mean by worksheet, spreadsheet, the workbook, the relation between different worksheets, and the different basic options exist in the Excel as an introduction. In the next sections, we are going to discuss in detail what we can do as a project in order to create an Excel sheet and in order to explore and discover the different options exist in application of Excel software, so we can utilize these features and utilize this knowledge in making our life easier while we are dealing with the Excel sheet. I hope this lecture was informative for you, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next lecture. Thank you. Goodbye.